for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Yeah.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, Kristen, you want to do the roll call?
Brad Bassick.
Here.
Ed Repay. Joe Skavarik.
Here.
Nicole Kelly.
Here.
Jen Wilson.
Here.
John Novosich.
Here.
Irene Morales.
Here.
Carly Morris. Here. Christian Bartholomew.
Here.
Okay, we're going to do a quick pause on the agenda. There is a best tree winner in the audience, and we'll have you guys come up, and that way you're not sitting through all our park board stuff, and you guys can enjoy this really cold evening, hopefully by a fire at home.
So I'm just going to jump in for a sec.
Yes, please.
If you don't mind, Brad, sorry.
Not at all. Go right ahead.
So the Schererville Chamber of Commerce and the town of Schererville and the Parks Department, they had their annual tree lighting in December, and we had numerous trees decorated around the town hall. I'm sure you all saw. We had 3 categories for winners for Best Decorated, and tonight we have the Vanek sisters with us here. They won Best Decorated Tree for Community Member, and I'm gonna pass this off to Margie.
Okay. On behalf of the Schererville Chamber of Commerce, the town of Schererville, and the Schererville Parks Department, we would like to present you with the certificate showing that you have won. And also, be careful when you take this because it's 2 pieces. It's a music box that is a tree, and we are very happy. We want to thank the town. We want to thank the Parks Department, definitely, the Public Works Department, and the Schererville Chamber for hosting again this year, and we hope to see you back next year. Thank you.
We're gonna have to trade off.
Congratulations. Great job.
Each year.
Drive safe. Okay. Now that we got the fun stuff out of the way, we'll go to the boring stuff. First up, approval of the minutes from the January 7th, 2026 meeting.
I will make a motion to approve the meeting minutes.
Okay, we have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries 4-0. John, any correspondence?
Yes, I include a letter from Marathon Pipeline. I'll give you the Reader's Digest version of this. It's basically informing the park board, since the pipeline crosses the Tebow Park property, that they're going to be doing some survey work starting in February through May. So they may be on site on this property doing some probing to find out the depth of the pipeline.
Okay. Okay. Is there anything that we would need to worry about or
No.
be concerned about with that, or is this pretty standard
It's
stuff?
pretty standard.
Wonderful. Okay, great.
And
Thanks, John.
they'll, if there's any damage to the property, they'll remedy it.
Okay. Next up, reports from staff. See, we got our big annual report.
Yep.
Very fancy.
Very fancy.
A lot of work went into this. Very nice.
Good job.
Yeah.
Thank you. I try to change it up a little this year.
Yeah, this is great.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm not going to go to every single detail on here, but if you guys have a question, go ahead and stop me.
Sure.
Okay, so this is our 2025 report. So this is how we did last year. So first off, we had over 99 room rentals with over 7,715 guests. Our park non-reverting reached a yearly goal of $380,725 deposited in 2025, a 12% decrease from 24.
Are you gonna dive into that more? I just want to know what you guys attribute the decline
It
to.
usually attributes to signups, whether it's summer camps, any of our ticketed events. So anytime something, fluctuates, goes down, that drops. But that's actually good because I believe last year we had like a 24% decrease from 23. So we're
Okay.
actually
So the decrease
going
is
up,
less.
if that
Okay.
makes sense. Yeah.
I got you.
So,
Okay.
In the community center, we replaced the sound system water heater, and we put in a new drinking fountain which has a bottle filler at the Roman maintenance building.
Okay.
We had 101 total picnic shelter rentals. And let's just go back. So I know that we've talked about these park facilities
Yep.
throughout the year. So just, I guess as a reminder, we did Foxwood North, Foxwood South, Novacello, and Grimmer Playground, and then new temporary fence for the ball fields. So
Awesome.
that's the fencing that we use during our tournaments.
Yep.
Well, it's really only used for one, correct?
No, it's used for all tournaments.
All of them? Okay, yes. So it's used
Sometimes,
for all tournaments.
maybe not girls softball, but
Okay.
Right, so the bigger tournaments,
Yeah.
yes. Okay, and then also with park facilities, we redid the tennis courts at Foxwood North and South, Plum Creek and Stevens. So there's just some pictures here so you guys can kind of see the aftermath. So they came out really nice, so great
And
job,
it looks
John.
like there's pickleball painted in on there too.
That is a John question.
Am I seeing it in there?
There's lines in there for pickleball.
Yeah, that's what,
Yeah.
that's what I meant. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
Yes. Okay, and then with the support from Public Works, we relocated 60 to 70 trees from the Pensy Trail to Foxwood North, Autumn Creek, and the dog park. So this is with anticipation of the Kennedy project, is that correct, John? Is it
What's
the
that?
trees that were moved?
The trees that were removed were from the Pensy Phase 2
Right,
by Public Works, yeah, because of the
yes, yes, okay.
project, so.
And you put some in Autumn Creek?
I
the
think
back?
there was a couple up front,
Okay.
couple, right up where the
I
old
drive
sign
by it
used
every
to
day.
be.
I probably
Yeah,
look right past them.
and most of them went to Foxwood North and the dog park.
Yep, awesome.
I believe they're still alive, so that's
Yeah,
always a
that's
good
great.
thing. Yeah. Yes, so we're still just talking about the park facilities, new signage and fence at Novacello. Rolling Hills got a new asphalt leaving to the Erie Lackawanna Trail, new sidewalks inside the park, and new water fountains.
Awesome.
So, really quick, on the trails, there was a drinking fountain put in at Rolling Hills. The reconstruction existing trail and added new trail at Rolling Hills Park. The seal coating and restriping completed on the Erie Lackawanna Trail, Pensy Trail Phase 1, Plum Creek, Rorman, Sherwood Trail, and Stevens Park. And then the bike repair station was donated by the Eagle Scout Project at Rorman Park. So I'm not sure if you guys heard about that.
I don't think I did, but that's great.
Yeah.
I did see that.
So really quickly, then we have programs and events. I try to break everything down just so it's an easier read for everyone. We had over 25 community events this year, including fests, parade, fireworks. We had our new street fest, the Pensies and Pints, the health fair, and then everything with an attendance of over 60,000 people. There was about 748 vendors in all of these events. And then the next few pages are just more like highlights, pictures of all the programs that we had. We're constantly trying to take pictures, post them on Facebook when we can, and kind of give you guys a little highlight to see what we're doing.
Cool.
So it just goes through our special needs programs that we're adding on. We offered 209 programs this year. And, we expanded on 11 programs for the special needs.
Well, that's great.
Opposite page, same thing. It's Zumba, and then these are some of our littler kids programs. Same thing, we have some pictures of our summer camp. And then we go up to the ball field and dog park. So concession stand revenue was $24,967 for 25. We had 3 tournaments, 16 rentals, team rentals, 142 games, and 311 practices. For dog park, we had 98 members with 119 dogs. For operations and management, we are in the process of looking at our park software, whether it be for maintenance and inspections, and then also for signups. So we are still kind of in the early phase of that. We're just kind of, we have quotes, we're going through the logistics just to see if we need to make any changes.
Like away from Civic One, or?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and then with the
is that
maintenance
because it's
side,
getting expensive, or?
it's a little of both. There's just, you know, some kinks in it that we wish weren't there, that we would like to pan out. So we're just seeing what other prospects, we've been with them, I think, for the last 5 years.
Who
That sounds about
is-
right.
Who is our, do we have a technology person?
Or what?
Is it like a town technology?
Like IT?
Yeah, with the
Yeah.
IT department?
Yeah,
Yeah, so the head is Dan.
Dan,
Yeah,
okay.
Dan Chen.
I don't know what his experience is with this, but one of the things that's become very popular, I don't know if you guys have heard about this, is Claude. It's an artificial intelligence program that will allow you to write any software you want, just based on prompting it the way you would prompt ChatGPT. It can create websites, and you can pay like $20 subscription fee to get a lot of usage, or you can use it for free on a minimalized basis. But especially if we're trying to reduce costs and we're trying to think of a way to save money, if
Right.
if we're trying to make a website that's functional, that accomplishes the things we need to accomplish, we can, probably design our own using that.
Okay.
That
Well, I mean,
platform?
it's definitely good to look at, so
Yeah.
I'll talk to Dan and just see
Yeah.
what he says on the subject.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, no problem.
One other thing too, if I could add real quick, with the software, the existing Civic software, the platform, the mobile platform isn't that great of a experience for
Right.
the users. And
Yes.
Right.
that's one of the other reasons we're looking at a different provider that's a little more mobile friendly
Exactly.
and has a little bit better accounting mechanisms on the back end.
For what it's worth, I've played around with this a little bit. I'm not a coder by any means, and I was able to
Right.
create a website in about 2 hours that works and works well and does exactly what I want it to do. Now, I don't know that what I was trying to have it do is necessarily gonna meet, but I am by no means a coder, and I am definitely not the smartest person in the room when it comes to this stuff. And I was able to execute with this, with minimal complications, in a very easy to use, and it will design not only a full desktop-based website, it will also create a mobile platform as well.
Oh, okay.
And it will do it completely just based on your prompting. So you give it
Right.
a list of what you need, tell it how you want it, maybe tell it how you want it to look, things like that. It can even design and recommend icons for you and things like that. It will give you instructions if you want to list it in the App Store. It'll give you instructions on how to do that. I'm not kidding. It was actually a lot of fun.
What is the name
Is it
again?
just,
It's called Claude, Claude. It's an AI program by a company called Anthropic.
Can you spell that again, Brad? I'm sorry.
Claude.
Oh, Claude, okay.
Claude.
Yeah, what's
I'm
your
sorry, I
exact-
cannot pronounce it very well. Claude, I don't know. But see if Dan, and if not Dan, I'm even happy to take a stab at it. I'll come in one day with my laptop and we'll just sit and you guys tell me what you want and we'll see what it spits out for us.
Okay.
But you can even incorporate artificial intelligence into it if you want to. There's a cost associated with that, a cost to run it, but it's I don't know, 2 cents a token or something like that. It's not insanely expensive
Do you
to
know if it
use.
has a payment processor?
It can.
Oh, okay. That's usually.
You have to work it in. You have to
Yeah.
ask it to work it in, but it will show you how to do that. It'll be oh, do you want to use PayPal or do you want to do this or that? It will tell you how to do that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it's not hard. It's really, really not hard.
Right. No, I believe you.
Yeah.
No, it's worth looking into.
I
so we'll
definitely would
we
recommend
wrote
looking
down.
into it. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Okay.
Thanks.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Sorry for the tangent.
Okay. We also reduced our park non-reverting fund expenditures by 23%, resulting in a 90% increase in year-end fund balance. So I don't know if John wants to go any more in depth on that, but we had a really good year, I'm gonna say, flat out.
Well, yeah, earlier, I believe it was 14% with the revenue, but, on the flip side, the expenditures were reduced.
It sounds like you cut
substantially
costs more than the decline in revenue.
Right.
And so
And
therefore, we
some of
came
it
out
goes
ahead.
hand in hand, depending on the
Sure.
program or the event, and
Yes,
for example, if you have a bus trip, it's going to be X amount of dollars to rent the bus. We add another bus, that, kind of skews that
Yeah, I
equation
gotcha.
a little bit. But I think the positive thing was we ended, very well, and the system we put in a couple years ago with our budget worksheets and looking at each program and event individually, and that's more Kristen and Carly doing a lot of that work, and trying to ensure that, what are we looking at as far as our fees, are they appropriate, and making the necessary adjustments and making sure that our expenditures are kind of keeping up and looking at our
Yeah.
registration numbers, our minimums, and where we want to be at. And then, in addition to that, we've implemented a overhead margin that we've tweaked and increased a little bit the last couple of years, because we know there's a lot of direct costs from our programs and events. There's a lot of soft costs that aren't really accounted for.
Sure.
With the building operations and whatnot. So that's kind of helped us kind of stabilize things there, so.
Cool.
The staff's done a great job in buying into this system that I kind of said, let's put this worksheet in, and it's kind of now, I think everyone's seeing the advantages of having that, and it's keeping us on course, because if we could keep one program or event kind of on schedule where we want to be at, then at the end of the year, we should be pretty well set.
Yeah.
But rather than looking at the big picture at the end of the year, let's look as we move along every program and event. So in the process of planning, this is kind of getting developed with, Carly and Kristen kind of getting with rec staff, and before anything's put online on Civic, it's already been kind of vetted out.
Vet it out. Okay.
So we should be pretty much in that area where we want to be at if we get the signups.
The last question I would ask about the Civic stuff, have we communicated with Civic some of our, maybe dissatisfaction is not the right word, but
Yes.
what's lacking?
There's a couple different factors to that. I mean, different people in the town may have a different opinion about this, but a big factor as well is kind of behind the scenes financial aspects of it. Sometimes it's hard to reconcile those reports. It's a lot of extra work for our clerks
Gotcha.
department. For us, at least I'm the one who puts everything on Civic. It's not a problem for me, but John is absolutely right. The usability for just anyone to go sign up for something, it's not mobile friendly.
Yeah.
It
Right.
looks weird. It's
It does.
not easy. So
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the payment processing changed last year when our agreement came up. They implemented a new system, and it's been, there's been some issues with that on the back end, and, we don't really have to deal with it. That's more the clerk's office.
I gotcha.
But, there's different components to this, and what Carly's alluding to is maybe fine from what we're doing, putting in the who, what, where, when. Then you have the user like yourself trying to go online or on the phone.
It's actually my wife. I do not, I text her, I'm like, I need my daddy-daughter dance tickets. Like, can you book this for me? She's like, you
But
can't do it? And I'm like, no.
The third part of it is reconciling the batches every day
Yeah.
and making sure that the deposits and what's getting put in from the software and what's, being done
I gotcha.
online is in sync, and there's been issues with that, and that's
Gotcha.
where a lot of the headaches been.
Well, if I see, I know Dan usually runs the cameras at the dances. I'll be there on Saturday, so if I see him, I'll try to remember to have like a longer conversation with him about
Oh.
some of this stuff and see if there's,
That works.
I know, I would say don't stop exploring the other possible options,
Yeah.
but let's at least look at this, because I imagine if this would work, this would probably save us pretty
Oh, yeah,
substantial
it
amount of
would.
money. Yeah.
So, fingers crossed. Yeah. Okay, thanks. Just really quickly, we increased our Facebook followers by 15%. And then professional development, this basically is just showing the conferences and sessions that we attended this year.
Yeah,
Just, to keep, I guess, our minds on the ball and get some more knowledge of what we should be doing and how we should be doing it.
yeah.
So this includes maintenance, rec staff, supervisors, yes, and then also the Indiana Parks and Recs Association awarded a scholarship to Carly Morris.
Hey,
Yay! So
congrats, Carly.
Thank you.
yes, this is for attending the IPRA conference. And then John worked very hard to renew his NDOT certificate. Yes.
Good job.
Very, very hard.
Good job, John. Yay.
So the next 2 pages, I can answer any questions that you might have, but basically this is just giving a breakdown in a pie chart, just
Yeah.
where everything came from. Because it's always good to know where we're spending money
Yeah.
and where that money's, coming from. So as you can see, Fest is always our #1 hitter.
Sure.
Yeah, without Fest, we'd be in some trouble, just say that.
Yeah, I get it.
Yes. So I broke it down between Fest, Party in the Parks, fireworks, programs, concession, ticketed events, miscellaneous, craft shows, event staff, program staff, and concession staff.
Okay. This is nice. I like the way you laid this out.
Right. So revenue in green was 3,778. If I can read
378,000.
today.
Yeah, that's okay.
You know what
gotcha.
it means. Yes, so if you see, there's about maybe $50,000 difference
Uh-huh.
between what we bring in and what we spent.
Yeah,
So we're getting better at this, a lot better.
it's great.
Yeah, I mean, just, I
Good
want
job.
to thank Kristen and Carly because like John said, they are the ones that are adhering to these budgets and making sure that other staff is staying within margin and not for spending.
Yeah.
So that's why I attribute hey, we had a great year.
And I also know, I mean, I just want to say, I know, with Josh leaving, it's also been a lot of extra work on all 3 of your shoulders. So
Yeah.
this is
Yeah.
great work, guys.
So we're
we
hoping
appreciate
to
it.
replace soon.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah. But
Do we
we're
have
taking it
candidates in
stride.
mind, or is this just,
Yeah.
yeah, we do?
Yeah. I
Okay.
mean, all you can do is take it day by day. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So, yeah, we're getting there. We're good.
Great.
Yeah. So, yeah. And then the last page is just some of our upcoming events that you guys might want to look at, and that's really all I got. Unless you have any questions.
The only question I have is, I know when Josh was here, it seemed like we're running events every weekend. And we just felt, to some degree, as the staff eventually get burned out with that.
Yes.
This 25 that we had last year, is that comparable to the previous year? Or do you expect the number to go down 2 or 3 this year?
Well, last year we did dial back a tad.
Okay.
This year we dialed back a little more.
Okay.
We don't want to go too big though, because you have to remember our revenue still has to come in.
No, I
So we
understand.
have to make that up somewhere. But I think we've all been working well together to making sure no one's getting burnt out.
Good.
Gotcha.
Just because we had a whole position that was divided amongst us all.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, but I mean, as far as this year, I think we have, our Party in the Parks, we only have 2 this year. Hocus Pocus and Dino Day.
Good.
So we got rid of 2, I think. Yeah.
Yes.
So,
That's perfect.
yeah, but I've always believed too that when you focus more on one thing, you can put more into it, do more, make it more successful as opposed to 50 different things,
Sure.
kind of like a buffet. So,
Gotcha.
yeah, so, we'll see. I'm looking forward to this summer.
Not just that, but we had kind of a significant drop in attendance for a decent amount of our events. So sometimes less is more, and hopefully we can see a bigger crowd with the fewer that we have.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we kind of talked about this, I think, not at the end of 25, but at the end of 24, just the possibility that, with costs going up everywhere else, people are going to have less disposable income to spend at some of our stuff. And my guess is the decline is almost entirely attributed to that. if I'm
Oh,
thinking
yeah.
about it, is people just having to make a choice now
Right.
between,
Well, I mean, just like anything else, it's time to evolve.
yeah,
Come up with something new. We started off really great with all of our summer programs, events, and then they started, everybody in the area has the same thing, so now it's just
so
time
now
to
it's getting
change.
diluted and, yeah,
Right, yeah.
cool.
Yeah, and what we looked at was a lot of the risk and the events that were cut were high-risk events, ones that were outdoor, very subject to the weather, ones
Gotcha,
that had
yeah.
a lot of overhead and really were dependent on good weather and good attendance. Say, compared to the dances that we're
Yeah.
doing this weekend, which
Yeah,
we
like-
know are going to happen,
Yeah.
and, so really kind of looked at all the events, and that's where a lot of the budget sheets help too, to really kind of look and see what
Oh, yeah.
was working, what wasn't working, so, what isn't working, it's logical to, scale back on those.
Right. And I think too, we're just looking more at what we're doing. We're trying to impede that we take notes for every single event and every single program, just to see what happened, what went wrong.
Yeah,
What went right even, so,
sure,
yeah, that's gonna be very helpful, I believe.
that's great.
I mean, think about this, 28 parks and amenities. I mean, what area in this area has that? What town in this area has that? That's
I
amazing.
honestly have no
That's
idea.
amazing what you guys.
I don't know.
I'm not sure, I'm sure
Maybe I
there's,
should know that. I don't know the answer to that.
Right.
comparable to our population and that,
Yeah. Either way, you guys, everyone did a great job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thanks for
Irene,
all your help too.
great job.
I have a question
We're
about,
very helpful one night a month.
Yes, but that's better than 0 nights. Yes.
I have a question about the concessions. Where, do we just do the softball concessions, or are there other areas that we do concessions to get?
We just do it at Rorman for, the concession is just for girls softball. Soccer uses Stevens, and that's what they do there.
Okay,
Make a bigger one.
okay,
Yeah, we don't have any other concession,
okay.
I guess, setups. We wouldn't even have the staff for it right now, to be honest.
Yeah, sure.
You what? I'm sorry.
I said we wouldn't even have the staff for it right now, to be honest.
Oh,
But
okay.
Like, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
a little
yeah, yeah.
concession at, sports parks, I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, no, I'm just curious, because we had the softball people in last month or whatever, so I'm just curious about that. And then, based off of this profit from this year, is this kind of what you're thinking to get the extra staff, replace Josh's position, or is that a separate budget for staff?
That's,
That's reverted,
that's
right?
split between two different funds,
Right.
Okay,
so some of that would come out of that.
okay.
But not all of it.
That's something we'd have to, obviously look at, but what we have in that fund, stays in there and it kind of carries over to the next year. Part of that cushion also would be, allowing us to have a little more flexibility in what we're offering, but yeah, that's a big part of it,
Okay.
is making sure,
Right.
that's
And-
there to support that. So basically, it's been a 50-50 type of split on that position.
Yeah.
And
I
then
guess
when you
one
have
thing-
a nice cushion like this is a nice profit, that kind of sets off the next year of what if you could add stuff to your
Right.
events or more of something like that, is that the goal of whatever you're working with?
Yeah.
'Cause
Actually,
you have like a
I
standard
think according to
budget.
ordinance, when there's a prof in the park department, it gets split amongst the board.
Oh, oh, good
We have
job,
the giant
guys.
check
No.
outside,
Just kidding, everybody. Just kidding for the 3 people watching online. That was a joke. It's not true.
Strike that from the,
Strike it from the record.
right, so.
Trying to have fun here.
no, so yeah, so go.
But I mean, too, this is a very big
And missed
fleet.
out, he's not here, he's not getting this.
He would have loved it. He would have loved it. He might be watching. He might be laughing in Florida.
Part of the thing, Jen, is, you're always planning these, and then your expenses are sometimes, you have that upfront expenses, and then the revenue kind of follows, and, it all depends. If it's a trip, sometimes expenses are on the back end, but with the events, you have to make a lot of commitments up front. So that does definitely help give you a little more confidence and,
Right.
that at least we have something here and we're not coming at it with, coming from zero or a low amount. So that's why it's good to carry that over.
Okay, all right.
Awesome. Any other thoughts or anything else you guys want to add? Any other questions from the board?
Besides the dance, the Health and Wellness Fair is February 19th. That's an event that we kind of fell short on in the last couple years, but we have a lot of new, exciting, health-related people that are coming, so, hopefully you guys can
What
come
is
out.
the Health and Wellness Fair?
Health and Wellness Fair, that is a fair
Probably should go.
For your health and wellness.
I mean, so vendors, so it's a vendors setup indoors, and we basically have I'm just trying to think of who's going to be there. I know there's going to be a blood drive. Some of the medical centers are going to be there, but then there's also some of like the spa places will be there also. And then we're hoping to have mini sessions of like yoga and Pilates, just so people can kind of see what these things are, try it out. I know they do like a lot of samples, and just so you can come to their businesses.
Gotcha.
All
Variety of
vendors
local-
are, oh,
No, I was going to say, it's just a variety of local businesses that are related to the health industry, so it could be chiropractors,
Right.
Franciscans usually coming, assisted living, nutritionists,
Yes.
variety of,
Cool.
So, but we've reached out to a lot more this year than we ever have, so.
Sure.
I'm excited for it.
Awesome.
We'll see, yeah. Okay, but that's all I have, unless you have any other questions. Nope. Thank
Any
you
questions?
so much.
All right, hearing none. Jump to old business. The girls softball lease.
girls softball
I
lease.
think what were we doing? I'm sorry, I can't remember. The signs on the fence at the ballparks. Where did we leave that with that?
Carly and I had kind of put together some basic parameters and forward them to council to kind of look at and really make it a little more in-depth and make it a little more legal for the lease. And that's what Christian did here. So your page 3 and 4 kind of pertains to that section. It's actually section 6 that we've inserted into the lease, sponsorship banners. And basically, I could run this down if the board would like. It covers the authorization locations, which we already discussed with girls softball, Reeder Park and Stevens Park. The placement orientation of the banners, which will be on the sideline, outfield fencing, facing in towards the playing field. A couple of the items that are highlighted here on these pages are really what the board needs to decide. One is going to be the size and quantity restrictions. We had, and when I say we, Carly and I had discussed and would recommend that the banners be no more than 4 feet high and 6 feet wide. So basically a 4x6 banner. Typically, the banners that we get are usually 3x5 or 4x6.
correct.
I'll default to you guys. I mean, I don't know if you guys have an opinion on this, but I have nothing to base it off of, so I'll go with whatever you guys think is right on that.
The big question at least is the number for each park of how many banners we want to allow them to put for Reeder and Stevens.
Okay?
Our recommended amount for Reeder, no more than 6, and then 16 for Stevens, because there's quite a bit more room at Stevens for them to
Okay.
put banners up.
Have we measured that out to make sure that? A,
John's
they would-
eyes did.
John's eyes.
I know the distance between each section of fence, and
I
there
believe
would be
you.
more than ample room for them to put the banners. Our concern was, and this could always be adjusted, from year to year. We being the first year, I don't know how many banners they're going to be able to secure. But, you know, I don't know how much banners you would want to have in on one field at one time. Stevens West has an outfield fence, so that would be the one field that would be able to accommodate, you know, more
Have you-
banners.
Have we talked to softball about this, like what they're thinking?
I don't think they've even started
Okay.
taking them yet,
Yeah.
from my knowledge. I know we did give them the green light if they wanted to start, you know, their procedures, but I don't believe that they've started getting them yet. So I don't know the exact number of what they're looking for just yet, but I guess for us, we're just thinking about, at least in my mind, I think the aesthetic of it also is something to be considered. So I don't think we should allow too many.
Gotcha.
They did get a copy of the basic draft of these parameters before it was forwarded to Christian to get their input. And then uniformity of materials, you know, a commercial grade material, you know, for outdoor use, so it's going to be, you know, something more, it's not going to be, you know, something that's going to not look professional or not going to withstand the elements. And then we have pretty much approval of display of sponsorship banners does not create any exclusive advertising or sponsorship rights within the park. So these are, you know, additional points that Christian had brought up, you know, that just to make sure that it's not an exclusive right for them to do any type of advertising. Display period, I think we discussed at the last meeting, May 1st to the end of October. Brad, you had mentioned about removing the banners during the festival at Reeder Park, which was included in there.
Okay.
And then number 5 was covering the content restrictions. So it should not include any content that's going to promote or depict alcoholic beverages, tobacco products, or controlled substances, or contain political, religious messages, or advocacy containing pornographic, obscene, or sexually explicit material, or violate any applicable federal, state, or local law.
Yeah.
And then it also constitutes a limited non-public forum, and they're permitted solely for commercial sponsorship identification, not, you know, to express any viewpoints or opinions or advocacy of any nature. And really, this is all subject to the oversight and discretion of the park board. So if there is something that goes up and you get a call, Brad or John or Nick or Joe, and someone says, hey, why is that up there? And, you know, or we find out something, then the board will have that right to say, you know, this is inappropriate.
Okay.
Needs to be removed.
Yep.
Section 6 was something that Christian came up with to maybe just put a little more accountability into this, and basically, if there's something where that they have to remove the banner, or if they haven't removed the banner, based on the time frame in the lease, then there would be administrative fine. That would be a daily fine, and there would be a total aggregate fine that would be capped. We do not know if that's something the board wants to proceed with, and if so, what those amounts would be.
Yeah, I think we need to, just because I can't envision a scenario where this happens, but, you know, especially with how often there's turnover within those boards, you know, one board's on the way out, the next board's on the way in, the next board doesn't know which signs are up, and, you know, isn't aware of the rules, and then something gets left up all winter, and I don't know. So I think it's smart to have a little motivation in there, just to make sure that, I don't know, what does everyone else think?
I agree.
I'm fine with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Our recommendations that we came up with for that, for the initial fine would be $10 per day.
I was saying the same thing, actually.
And
Yeah.
then not to exceed, we put 100. If you think it should be larger, that's fine too, but.
No, $100. I think $100, we can start there.
Okay.
The goal is not to be punitive, is just to like
Correct.
have a, you know, some motivation.
And, you know, we were discussing that earlier, Christian and I, and, you know, with the deadline for payments, remember we had some issues a while
Right,
back, and there was something
right.
put in there, and that seemed to correct that, so.
Yeah, exactly.
So to summarize, the maximum size of the banners under 3A, that would be 6 feet in width and 4 feet in height.
Yep.
And for 3B, the number would be 6 for Reeder Park and 16 for Stevens.
Okay.
And then under 6, the amount would be $10 per day and $100, not to exceed total aggregate of $100.
Everybody okay with that?
I am.
So we need that put in the form of motion to adopt this.
Yeah, I think it would be a good idea because this is all going to go into the final contract that's signed. So, John, I don't know if we noted as well that very minor additional change that I made. It's not in the pages here, but the annual fee is $4,300. Is that correct for the rental? Our prior contract stated that that fine for late payment would be 8% per annum, basically. So doing the math, I think our old contract still had the per diem fine set at, measured off of the $2,000 fee. So if we've got a $4,300 fee.
Oh, yeah.
That would bring the per diem for the late fee up from, I think it was like 40-some cents up to 90-some cents.
Yeah.
So I did provide a copy of that to staff as well, but that's the only other change that I made apart from what we've
Okay.
discussed.
That makes sense.
And we were in receipt of that, and Carly and I were reviewing that this afternoon, so that will be included with the rest of the changes.
Sure.
So we would, need a motion for the changes and approve the forward the lease
Okay.
to girls softball.
Does anyone want to?
I have a question about the content restrictions. Contains political or religious messages or advocacy. Does that mean, like, let's say St. Michael's Church wanted to, you can't have any church or like a politician couldn't just have their name? It's not just a message, right? Or like vote for somebody. It's just, you can't even have a sponsor like St. Michael's Church or like Tom Schmidt. Is that correct?
I guess it would have to be considered on a case-by-case basis. I don't think that there would be a problem if, a church were a sponsor and they put up a sign that said, sponsored by, proudly sponsored by St. Michael's Church. That's just a statement of fact.
Yeah.
If,
But they wouldn't put John 3:16,
Right.
just like a big thing that says John 3:16.
Hell is real or something.
right,
Right,
if
something like
somebody
that,
put up
yeah,
a
or
sign
hell
that
is
said,
real, or-
convert to our faith now, it's in your best interest,
Yeah.
that's not, wouldn't fall within the bounds, but just announcing who you are and the fact that you're a sponsor, I don't think that would run afoul of anything. Similarly, I suppose if a politician chose to sponsor the event and it said, sponsored by so-and-so, to me at least, that doesn't seem to be a political message or
Yeah.
advocacy. It's more of a statement of fact. Now, if they said, vote for me,
I'm the
there you go.
best.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
Okay, thank you. Oh,
Good question.
thanks. The other question I had, and I don't know if you guys know all of this, but I'm just kind of looking at, just roughly in my head, with 16 signs at Stevens, 6 at Reeder. How much, do you guys know how much roughly the program costs that they have to raise a year for the program
We do not.
to run?
No.
We don't.
Okay.
No,
No.
Okay.
we don't have
That's
that
a question.
information.
I have to ask them, right.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Yeah, and what other really, part of this too is, they're going to be the ones who are going to be responsible for administrating the program, repairing, ordering,
Yeah.
getting the ban. We're not, the only thing the board's
Yeah.
allowing them to do is put the banners up
Yeah.
on, park property as stated in the lease, so.
I was just curious how much this could potentially help them, cover their costs and stuff.
We don't know.
Okay.
And that might be something, when they come back next year, ask
Yeah, like
them,
what they're-
or you'll see how many banners are up this summer.
Right. And they don't have to do, well, what if they did smaller banners but had more sponsors, but took up the same square footage, I guess, or, you know what I mean? Like, instead of doing 6 by 4, what if they
I
did
got ya.
3 by
Yeah.
2 and doubled, instead of 6 sponsors at Reader, they got 12?
Well, at least if we're talking about like the size of them, it does say shall not exceed, so they could do smaller ones, but once again, I mean, from an aesthetic purpose too, do we want 25 banners on the fence?
Okay.
Yeah, I guess if you're saying they're, kind of grouped together, 2 here, 2 there.
Right.
And it's the same overall width, and height, I don't think
I will
that's
say
a
that
big
is more
problem.
doable at Reader because the fence is taller, but the outfield fence at Stevens is only 4 feet tall, so
Yeah.
Okay.
it kind of limits them there.
I mean, this is a good start anyways, like.
We can
could
take
always-
feedback.
Yeah.
And
Right.
if we need to amend things down the road, we can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions?
I'm good.
We do need a motion to approve the changes.
So Christian, when we make the motion, do we have to specify these numbers?
I think well, yeah, it might be a good idea too, because I think we're all on the same page as to what the recommendations are. I would either specify the numbers when you make the motion, or specify that you're recommending approval based upon the stated staff recommendations.
Okay. I'll make a motion to approve the contract for the girls softball lease with the changes that we are going to go with based on the staff's stated recommendations.
Okay, we have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carries 4-0. Awesome. Okay. Any other old business?
I do. I have one question going back to the last meeting we approved the fireworks contract. I just have a question about the fireworks event in general. I've gotten some feedback from the community about, and I didn't notice, that it's on a Thursday this year.
I just emailed.
Yeah, I just wondered what was behind that decision to move it to a weeknight as opposed to a weekend night?
So I know that there was a discussion with that with our town manager.
Okay.
And so because 4th of July is on a Saturday, Friday is a town holiday. So now
Okay.
the way you pay us is going to be more than,
Okay.
so time and a
And
half.
it was just felt that the weekend before, like we usually do, it was too far back.
Well, what happens is, it really has to do with the date.
Okay.
So, yes, we try to get as close to the 4th as possible, but every time we have, leap year, it throws it off. So now I think the Friday before is like the 24th or something like that, so it's getting way too far out.
Okay.
So we're reverting.
Okay.
And also, if the 4th of July is on a Saturday, then usually
Yes,
the
Right. I mean, another thing
most
behind
places,
that-
not all places admittedly, but
Right.
most places are off of work on Friday the 3rd.
Exactly,
In observance
so-
of the 4th of July, so,
Right, and that was another reason for it too, so.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Like I said, I got some questions from the community
Right.
and,
But I mean, I
thought I
think
would
too, it
ask.
is helpful because nobody else is probably doing anything on a Thursday. So it gives them another
Valid.
day to,
Fireworks.
something else to do. So,
okay, all right,
Cool.
thank you.
Thanks.
Any other business? Any other old business?
I I do have another
Yeah.
question. Sorry, I'm like going back to the annual report. Do you guys have a goal usually each year that you try to hit for your profit or like what you make? Like, let's say a minimum, I'm sure the sky's the limit on what you'd like to bring in, but is there something that each year you try to hit going into the next year?
For the non-reverting fund revenue? What do you mean?
For
I'm
your,
sorry.
yeah, for the revenue. This is back with the, revenue, the yearly revenue
Yeah,
overall.
Yeah, we were looking at, 400,000,
Oh,
425,000.
okay.
So obviously, like last year, we were a little bit short of that. But we also had, reduced expenditures and had a goal for that as well. This year, I would still say, 400,000 would be what we were looking at based on what we've done previously. I think, when we got out of COVID, there was this surge of
Yeah.
activity and participation that boosted our, revenue up, and now we're kind of settling back, seeing something that's a little more, if you took a moving average and you covered it over, 5 years
Yeah.
and looked at that, then we're kind of more on our baseline of where we might be, as Brad would know from,
Yeah. 'It was very
30-day
common to
moving
see
average,
anomalies
yeah.
in spending 2022, 2023,
But probably,
Yeah.
and reversions in 2024, 2025. That was pretty common.
Yeah, because like for me, coming in, I guess coming in like post-COVID, I don't know like what a healthy starting point is. So like
Sure.
maybe roughly 70,000 profit is what you would like to have? Is that, like if you're at 400,
Maybe what we could do,
400,000?
guys, just for Jen's benefit, and maybe this would be helpful, is what if, can you put together and maybe either email to all of us, like what those numbers have been for, say, the last, 5
Yeah.
years?
Yeah, we have
Just so
a
that
spreadsheet.
just so that the board has kind of like a benchmark for
Right.
how things went. Like I think last year we like expenditures were above
Yes.
revenue,
Correct. Right,
if I
last
remember
year.
correctly. So
And
like
they
this
The
was
last
a
few years.
considerable.
Right.
Yeah. So just so that, we all can kind of see,
Yeah.
like you guys have done with the past, like I
Yeah, we
think that
have
would be
one of
helpful.
those going.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay.
Yeah, I think at one point we were in a hole, and
Yeah.
we have just climbed out.
I remember
So to
last year was a
say-
tough year. Yeah.
Right, to
yeah.
say, oh, we're gonna put this goal of this certain number, that's always hard because there's a lot of factors involved, depending on how many events we have, programs, how each individual piece did, and then when they come back as a whole.
Yeah.
But I think we're learning too on that, we wanna offer free programs, things like that. So
Yeah.
we're learning to adjust where, hey, this program did amazing, so now we can offer this free thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a lot of factors on that, and I think that is a goal we should gear towards is, to meet this threshold and then keep building from there.
Yeah.
So, but no, this is an amazing year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
once
would
you see
agree.
our numbers, you're gonna be able
Yeah,
to
I
tell.
could
Yeah, I would
forward,
agree.
I tracked it every month, Brad, so I have a historical data on a spreadsheet going back with some different tabs, so I could forward that
If you
tomorrow
wouldn't mind
morning.
sending that out to the
Yeah.
board, that would be awesome. Yeah, thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Does
we
that
track
help?
everything.
Yeah, that would help. That would, yeah, for
Because
sure.
I think you bring up a reasonable question, and definitely since you joined just last year, you don't have much of a baseline to work off
Right,
of. Yep,
right.
we'll get you that.
Okay.
That's great.
All right, thanks.
Any other old business from the board?
One more thing, no,
Yeah.
kidding.
Okay. New business. We need to discuss the beer garden RFPs.
So, we have, everything is the same. I guess what we really wanted to discuss. Sorry, I'm looking at, I think we could start with the agreement itself. So the chart that, this is actually, John takes care of this.
Okay.
So if you look at the, second line.
I don't know.
So the
hang
amount
on.
that was.
Give me a
do you have
sec.
it?
I might not, do I not have that? Or am I just, all over the place here. Oh, there it is. I do have it. I do have it.
Okay.
Okay, gotcha.
Yes, so the amount that's, guaranteed to the board,
Yeah.
we have slowly fluctuated with that.
Yep.
So we kind of want to see what the board's opinion on that fee. If you look on the second page of the agreement, I highlighted where we were last year for compensation. So with all the the request for proposals, we have changed the dates and times.
Okay, so we're keeping the guarantee the same. Oh, well, we haven't said it yet, right?
Say that again, I'm so sorry.
I'm looking at the table.
Yes.
I'm looking at last
Okay.
year.
Yeah, so
Okay.
if you want to go through this is our beer garden sale charts.
Okay.
Are the hours, have the hours increased for the beer garden?
Yes. Sorry, you were asking if we wanted it to stay the same, is correct?
I was.
Okay.
I was talking about the guarantee to the board. How
Yes.
much is that staying the same?
I mean, we were looking for your recommendation. As you can see, we jumped from 21 to 22, and then we kind of stayed stagnant until last year.
Well, last year was a considerable decline
Right.
Yes.
for the vendor. Although I still feel like that's a reasonable split of everything. I obviously don't know their costs, but, that's actually the lowest year in the last 5. So
Those sales were down quite a bit.
yeah, well, I think we lost, didn't we lose a day at the
Sure.
fest? There was some weather
Weather.
this year, yeah.
Rained on Friday for
Yeah.
a good chunk of time.
Yeah, so there's a big decline there.
Yeah. And Friday's a big day, so.
What does everyone think? My initial thought is to keep it the same, keep
I am
the
too.
guarantee of the board
Yeah,
the same.
I
I don't
agree.
think we should increase it.
Yeah.
Keep it the same, see how it goes.
Yeah,
But then the hours, did we increase the amount of hours or days?
No, so we are still working on that, but as far as beer garden will stay the same.
okay.
So what we're really looking at is carnival hours. So-
What hours?
The carnival hours, like as
Carnival,
long
okay,
as, the rides last, things like
All
that.
right.
Yeah.
So we would keep it at 8%?
No, that is what was submitted on the RFP.
Yeah, they bid it. They say they'll offer us 8 or 10. In the past, we've gotten 10.
Oh,
Last
okay.
year, the highest bid was 8.
That's the variable that they put
That's the
in.
variable
The
they put in.
guaranteed fee is what you're establishing, and
I'm okay keeping the guarantee the same for now.
Me too.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, so 7,000.
Unless you guys are hearing
No.
that that's too high.
I think that's fine,
Okay.
7,500.
All right.
So the two things really are the guaranteed to the board and the additional gross sales. Is that what we have to approve?
Right.
You're just
No, we
approving
approved the guarantee to the, we're just approving the contract,
75
right?
Just 7,500, is
yeah.
that right? Okay.
We don't even need to approve that. That's already in the contract. We could just approve the contract again.
contract.
And then it would remain the same. And then the
Okay.
bidders would come in and offer whatever they're gonna offer and,
Correct.
right?
Oh,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Yeah, this has not been sent out, so this is,
Yeah.
Okay. So we need a motion to approve the 2026 proposed beer garden, the beer garden proposal, correct?
ma'am.
As is?
RFP.
Okay.
The RFP.
RFP, okay. Then I make a motion to accept the RFP for the 2026 beer garden.
Awesome. We have a motion on the floor. Is there a second?
Second?
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries 4-0.
Okay, and then as far as the fireworks beer garden, that is set at 500. That is a
Yeah.
1-day, and it's that, the reason for the difference in price is, for one, it's a 1-day, and then also,
Right.
there are so many people there that only, I would say, 10% of them actually go to the beer garden.
Right,
It's not
yeah.
as big.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I'm good with that too.
interesting, okay.
Do you want a separate motion on that? Yes, okay. Is everyone else good with 500 on the fireworks? For the guarantee to the board?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, so I'll make a motion to accept the RFP for the firework beer garden for 2026.
Okay, we have a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
All those in favor, say aye.
Gotcha.
Aye.
You were-
Motion carries 4-0.
And just to note that these are due by February 27th.
Okay.
So we will open them that morning, and then by next park board meeting, we'll let you know.
Sounds great.
Okay?
Any other business for the board? Any business from the floor? We have our meeting date set for next month, correct?
Yep,
Yes.
March 4th.
March 4th,
6
6
p.m.
o'clock. Okay, we need a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
We have motion. Do we have a second? Motion and a second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carries 4-0. Meeting is adjourned.
Good night, Ed.